What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started today, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today, man, I'm bringing y'all the very best center, big man, and post scoring build in NBA 2K24 on next gen. Now today, you're going to see exactly why I'm telling y'all this is the absolute best big man build in NBA 2K24 that you can possibly be making. Now I'm going to be real with y'all. If you have already made a center build, go ahead and delete it and recreate this one, because this is the absolute best version that you can make of any big man. Now I truly do stand behind that. From the gameplay, you can see I'm able to post up. Let me go ahead and show y'all. This is one reason why I'm telling y'all, go ahead and recreate this build, because the main thing about today's build creation is that you want to make sure that when it comes to any center position, you want a build that's going to be able to pass, shoot, definitely score on the inside. But when it comes to this category, everybody sleeps on it. You want to make sure that you make a center that can dribble at least a little bit. Now look, on this build, I do have a 58 ball handle rating. The pass accuracy, I decided to go ahead and put this up to a 75. With boost, this number will be in the 80s and above. Now from the three-pointer, you can already see from the gameplay, I was pretty much sparking just about anywhere and everywhere. Now the mid-range will go hand in hand when it comes to our post control as well as standing dunk. But if you're looking at our close shot, this rating is going to go up to a 60. For my personal build, I did save this to upgrade last. Now moving on to when it comes to our defensive end, I like the interior defense up to a 77 for one particular reason. We are a 7-2 center, y'all. If you do activate that rim protecting takeover, not only are you going to be able to be more effective on the inside, but think about it, you're 7-2 already. No need to upgrade this any higher. Now, I did want to make sure that I went with at least a 60 minimum for when it comes to this side of the ball for the perimeter defense. Now, the 60 steal, I'm not going to go anything below this for specific reasons. You will be able to get badges like interceptor and glove. Now, look, we get a 92 block, 92 defensive rebound. The speed is at a 50, 45 acceleration, and I'm still moving better than most guards. Now look, we get that 92 strength, a 75 vertical, 89 stamina. Go ahead and add a +4 to this whole entire area. Now look, I have unlimited boosts on this build. I have a perfect workout, which really will allow this build to stand out. Now as far as for animations, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of these. So if you want the specific breakdown of my jump shot, we need to go ahead and get this video to at least 100 likes, and I'll be sure to go ahead and bring that to y'all. Now when it comes to our free throw, I'm definitely running Kobe Bryant this year. Any other one, I'm telling y'all, it is not worth going after. Now for the layup style, I'm going to go with default big. Now for my dunk style, this is something, if you want this, let's get this video to 200 likes and I'll drop both of these in the same exact video. Now for our dribble pull-up, I'm going to go with Dirk Nowitzki. Spin jumper, go with normal. Same thing for the hop jumper. But for our post fade, go with LeBron James, KAREEM, ABDUL-JABAR, post hook. As for the post hop shot, I'm going to go with normal. Now for my dribble styles, these are the absolute best dribbling animations for any big man build. Now for the playmaking end, most of these are going to be normal except for our dribble style, and as well as when it comes to our basic hesitation and step back. Now as for when it comes to our triple threat style, I'm going to make sure that I do go with LeBron James. And for the park flashy pass setting, I'm going to go ahead and put on tap pass. This will allow us to throw the ball around a lot faster. But the rest of these animations are definitely crucial to move exactly how I'm showing y'all on screen. Now, if you do want me to go in detail with a post-scoring dribble tutorial, get this video to 500 likes and I'll definitely be sure to drop y'all a full tutorial on what you need to do to be moving forward when it comes to your post-scoring end and that side of the floor. Now, on this build, I'm telling y'all, you can definitely be a backbone of a team. Now, a few NBA players that it's really going to be reminding me of, a mix of Victor Wembanyama. Also when it comes to Shaq, This build cannot be matched on either end of the floor. Now of course there will be a few things that you can change about it, but I definitely believe that as for the post scoring end, there's not going to be a build that can stop it 100%, especially once you take into account that you can shoot on this build. Makes it all the better. Now from the gameplay you were able to see that I'm actually able to break ankles. That has definitely been one of the funnest aspects this year. Now if you do activate your sharpshooting takeover on this build, you're definitely going to allow yourself to be able to break ankles. And that is actually something that I feel is really hidden when it comes to most of the community. Now as far as for this build as a whole, I feel perfectly fine when I am dribbling. Now once you do take this build into the rec, if you're looking to recreate it, I'll be sure to go ahead and put the link to that video down below, as well as a drop down card. But I promise you, if you followed along every single step with creating this build originally, when I did drop this build to y'all about a month ago, I promise you are probably in good hands if you recreated this build exactly how I did. Now my favorite thing about it is definitely just going to be that inside dominance. Especially if you want to be a post scorer, I think this is going to be the perfect build for you. Now if you want to be a popper, this is another one of those builds that's really versatile. You can either choose to be the main scorer out of this build, or be one that really facilitates around the team. Now as far as for my experience in rec, I do grab a lot of boards over taller centers, but honestly the thing that makes this build a lot better from others is going to be that block and also the high powered offense. Now look, if you're looking to make any big man, one thing that I would really recommend to everybody, make sure that you are not skipping out on your ball handle. That is definitely the most important attribute that I did want to make sure that I was getting at least a minimum of a 60 plus when I do add in boosts. Now with that being taken into consideration, the reason why I say that is because if you go with anything lower than a 60 ball handle and you try to do certain combo and size up animations, your player is going to start stumbling the ball when it comes to dribbling. And that is why I made this build exactly how I did. So if you have any questions, any doubts, go ahead and leave them in the comments right now, and I'll be sure to get back to every single one of y'all. Now I really do enjoy that you can consider this build to be a catfish, a rim protector build, but look at this. You get all of the big man elite standing contact dunks, and then as far as for when it comes to our badges, I think this build gets even better. Now some of my favorites that I actually found out we're able to unlock are going to be special delivery. We're also able to get other ones like open looks, gold immovable force, dream shake. Now some of the badges that I really did like out of this build are going to be ones like mini magician. We also were able to get special delivery. Now dream shake has definitely been one of my favorites for this kind of build. A post scorer, but you're able to break ankles, and this is even better than the actual ankle breaker badge. Now other ones that I liked are going to be immovable force. We also were able to get posterizer and open looks. Two-step, a lot of badges for this build, I'm telling y'all, are really going to cater to the finishing. Other ones that I'm focused on are going to be gold back down punisher. We also get aerial wizard. Post spin technician on Hall of Fame is definitely going to be one of my favorites. Now you also get ones like slithery, interceptor, and chase down artist. Anchor, I'm telling y'all, you have everything needed out of this build to be effective in any game mode. Not to mention you're also able to get bulldozer. Now just to give y'all a little bit of an idea of what this build can do as for badges. Now some of my favorites are definitely going to be dream shake. We also get open looks and immovable force, posterizer with precision dunker. And then when it comes down to the A tier badges, I like back down punisher. We're also able to get post spin technician, slithery, chase down artist with interceptor, and even blinders. Now for the S tier, these are going to be some of the better badges as well. We get bulldozer, anchor, break starter, as well as rise up. I think this is the most complete center build that you can make, not only because of the versatility, but being a catfish build, I'm telling y'all, really upgrades the build a lot more. Not only are your opponents not going to be able to know what this build can do, but I think you're able to do everything, which makes it all the better. Now you are able to finish on the inside at an elite level. As you can see from the gameplay, we were actually really able to dribble. And then for the shooting end, on this build in all game modes, I'm shooting above 50%. Now when it comes to this build for the defensive end, we have unlimited blocks for this build as far as for boosts, which will give us that 99 rating. Now, if there's anything that I would do for y'all, it's definitely going to be bringing y'all a solid, strong center build for any team. Now, for any build that I do bring to you, I make sure that I go back and forth, making sure that I reach minimum thresholds to not only get the best animations, but I want to create the best builds for y'all. I am not going to be putting out builds that is going to waste anybody's money. Now, I'm going to make sure that I go back and forth with each and every archetype, getting the best possible, max attributes, badges, everything for y'all, because that's what I do. I love y'all. Thank y'all, the rich family. You definitely should have no worries when it comes to making this center build. You are not only one of the best post-scoring builds, one of the best defensive builds, but you are the best big man build that you can possibly make in NBA 2K24 going forward with this build. You're going to be dominant on the inside, able to shoot lights out from deep, especially with sharpshooting takeover. Now, not only that, but you can break ankles. You get all of the contact dunks that are needed. And look, this is going to be the King, Shaq Diesel, and Victor Wembanyama build that you can possibly make. So look, before we get out of here, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from. And I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with the response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.